All right. So yesterday and today we've been looking at scientific notation. We're just gonna kind of look at it one last time, and then we should be rocking and rolling. 5B said they felt a lot better at the end of today than they did yesterday. So hopefully you will do the same. Okay. So I would like you to do this with me. This is the worksheet that you just got.
Again, I'm going to get a worksheet.
Will you pass this down to teacher? Thank you. All right. Don't worry too much about this stuff up here. It's just kind of some extra wording and it might confuse you. So don't worry about it. However, on numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, they give you the scientific notation, and they kind of want to know what that means in standard notation. So if you were to read that number out loud, what would it be? So the first one says the area of Alaska is about 6 times 10 to the 5th power, or so many thousand square miles. Okay? So to remind you, when we're trying to figure out transferring from scientific notation to standard notation, you first take that first number they give you. Okay? If there isn't a decimal already there, where can you assume it is?
Right there, right in front of it.
Behind it, at the very end, right? So you can assume it's right there. But is that what I want? Do I want just 6? No. No, I want also 10 to the 5th. So how in the world can I get this to 10 to the 5th power? Blake, what do you think? Yes, but how did we do it yesterday? Kind of. You're on the right track. I know what you mean.
Instead of a decimal, go 6, 5 places to the right.
5 places there. We did loops yesterday, right? So we want to make 5 loops because it's 10 to the 5th. But remember, this was a little tricky at first. Am I going to make 5 loops to the right or 5 loops to the left?
Right.
Right. Why the right? Margaret?
Because if you're moving it down this way, you still have to add more zeros to make it a bigger number. And since the 5 is positive,
Exactly. Our power of 5 is positive, so we know that always means we're going to go to the right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my decimal's now over there. What do we do with those loops? See? Fill them in with zeros. Bingo. Okay, and like I said yesterday, I like to rewrite it because it kind of looks like a kindergartner drawing clouds, right? It's kind of hard to see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Okay, the only thing you have to watch for is they just kind of worded these questions a little funky. So if this is our answer, how many thousand square miles is in Alaska? Ashton? 600. Right, because if you were to read 600,000, that's what we got up there. Question?
Don't you always think of, like, 2, 6, so it's 1, and I even know that 6 is going to be in, so the form of it.
Yep. I think I know what you mean, and yeah. Yep, you go. Okay, I'm just going to erase this little part so we have some more space to see. Okay, so the area of the lower 48 states, which would be us, so like all the 48 states that touch, is about 3 times 10 to the 6th, or blank million square miles. So what do I do first? If I want to get that scientific notation into standard form, Lincoln, what am I going to do first? Why can I put a decimal there? You got it. You're right. If there's not a decimal here, where do you know it is?
Front. Oh, Oh, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, right behind. Perfect. What's my next step? Abby, what am I going to do next?
You make 6 loops. You said it, that's only 6 loops.
6. Yep, you're right, because I have my exponent of 6, and I'm going to make 6 loops. Oh, then I just, like, hid my 6. Sorry.
So now what?
And why am I going to go to the right?
So it's going to be
Yep, because I want my number to get bigger, because I know it's going to be a big number, and it's a positive number. So I have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what? Huh?
You put zeros in them.
I put zeros in them. You got it. And I'm just going to fix it up a little bit. I want. So, how many million square miles are in the lower 48 states? Jacqueline? 3. You got it. How are we feeling? Pretty good? Questions?
Does that mean like the area of all the 46 states?
Yeah. Yep.
But it was like 50. Yeah, but
Okay, we'll do one more together and then I'll see how we do on our own. So there are about 6 times 10 to the 9th power, or that many billion people in the world. Okay, so what do I do first? And put a decimal right there. Perfect, so far so good. What happens next? Somebody that hasn't answered me yet. Aiden, what do you think?
9 loops to the right.
He noticed that his power is to the 9, so he knows he has to make 9 loops. And he says we're going to go to the right. Why?
Opposite is positive.
It's a positive one, so you always go to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I almost ran out of room. Now what? Somebody that hasn't answered yet. Us, we can
There's zeros.
put the zeros in the loop. Kind of a lot of them this time. If I fix it up. Do it right. Okay, so if this is my standard notation number, how many billion people are there in the world, Benny? 6. Which somebody pointed out we have more than 6 billion people now, but if you look down here, that was their information from 2000, so it's almost 20 years old. Want to hear a fun fact? In the year 2000, I think I was about your age. If that makes you feel any older than I am.
How old are you?
Okay? So, what I would like you to do for the next 3 or 4 minutes are try these 3 by yourself. So 3, 4, and 5, you can do the exact steps we just did and find what those 3 answers are, okay? I'll give you 3 or 4 minutes.
What?
You could do it on the back if you want. You should know the steps over there, so I don't do it. But yes, don't worry if you might get stuck on one. We'll do them together. Nope, yep, that's 3, 4, 5. I mean, it looks like it's concrete. We'll go 2 more minutes. We'll go over the answers. Okay, kind of sounds like we're almost done. So let's take a look. If you don't have it done, that's okay. We're going to go over the answers. So if you got stuff somewhere, you know what to do. Alright, so they wanted to know what the standard notation is for 5 times 10 to the 8th. What's your first step, Dom?
Well, you put the 5 up there and then you put a decimal.
Decimal. Because you know if they don't already have one, you can put one at the end of your number. What's my next step? Benny? Do the loops. How many loops?
8.
8 loops, and am I going to loop to the right
Right.
or to the left? To the right, because it's positive. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Negative.
Because it wouldn't, they don't have negatives on the sheet because it wouldn't really make sense with the situation. Because they're giving you kind of like real life problems, and they wouldn't make sense in that one.
Like under.
Like what?
Like under. That's what problem.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to go with a negative. Okay? So if I fix it up a little bit, and I put in my commas. How many people speak English as their first or second language, Ashton?
500 million.
500 million. I'm gonna shorten it up. So like Lincoln in this case, if it would have been to a negative exponent, it would have said like 0.000000005 people speak English.
Way off. I got 5 billion.
I think maybe you just moved, you might have made one too many moves.
There's a guy that's out there.
I know. I want to make sure we have the steps though. And what's up then?
Oh, why did you put like billion?
Short for million. Okay. How about 2? This one's a little bit different than the other ones we've done so far. 2.6 times 10 to the 8th. What do I do first? Jacqueline? Do I put the decimal at the end like I did on my other one? No, why not?
It's already in the
It's already in there. Right? Because before we added decimals, because if they didn't have one, that's where it would go. But if it already puts it in there for you, well, then you don't have to even have to worry about it. So what's my next step, Luke?
after that, you put out 2 to the 8 loops.
8. So we've got 8 over here. 8 loops. Do I do 8 loops from the 6th?
From the best No.
from the decimal. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My decimal's over here now. I fill in my loops of zeros. And if I make it pretty, that's right. How many people speak Bengali? 260 million. I'm just gonna shorten it. Nice job, so far so good. One left. They want to know the standard notation for 1 times 10 to the 7th. What's my first step? Like a 1. And if there's not a decimal, you know it can go right there. What do I do next, Dom? The loop? Yep.
Yeah.
How many loops am I going to do? I'm going to do 7 loops. Am I going to loop to the right or to the left?
Right.
The right. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fill them in with your pretty zeros. So I fix it up. How many people watched the most popular TV shows in 2000? Jocelyn? 10 million.
10 mil.
10
Why
mil.
would they even record this kind of stuff? Because they want to know how much people are watching TV a day, or... Also, it's just one time a measurement. Would it still be the decimal right next to it?
So if I just told you you had $1, where would your decimal always go? Whether you were subtracting or adding or anywhere. It would go after the 1. So, because if you changed it and put the decimal before the 1, it's not really 1 anymore, right? It's 1/10. So it always is going to go after that first number. Good question. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
There's only, how can it be 10 million people watch the popular TV shows? Oh, then 2000? Or in 2000?
In 2000, I
But
think.
there's only 6 billion people. Oh, really? I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that's alright. Okay. I just wanted us to look at one last thing, just this 1 through 5. Okay, just so we don't forget about our exponents, because remember, scientific notation and exponents kind of go hand in hand. You need both of them to be able for it to work. Okay, so just a reminder that 10 to the second, are you ever going to take 10 times 2?
No.
No! Don't ever do not multiply your base times your exponent.
It's a big deal.
Yes, that is like the biggest exponent no ever. Okay? The next one, 10 to the third, they showed you, means 10 times 10 times 10. Now that equals one number in the end. Does anybody remember the little trick that we learned a couple days ago for when you are nicely have 10 as your base number? Danny?
You just take the 1, put it there, and you just put in the how many zeros there are.
Bingo. So in this case, 10 to the third, we are going to put 3 zeros.
So that would be a dude, I forgot how to do the other ones that are 10 now.
Do you remember that rule?
Yep.
The nice 10 rule doesn't work for all numbers when they're
No.
the base? No, but 10 is just kind of a nice, easy, quick one. So, what does 10 to the fourth mean not an exponent form, Sam?
Not an exponent. You
Yep.
put 10, 4 10s there.
Yep, so 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Equals, we know what it equals, and we can figure it out pretty fast. How do we figure it out again?
Add up the numbers, well, put a 1 and you add your zeros behind it equals 10. Like,
How do you know how many zeros to put behind it? What you can look where? Your exponent, right? You're not multiplying anything. Your exponent's how many zeros you're going to have. So if this is 10 to the 4th, you're going to have 4 zeros. So what happens when I give you 10 to the 27? Yes. But if you would have had to sit there and go 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is what you were doing.
That would take a long time.
But do you want to write this out every single time first? Or do you want to just look at the exponent?
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, so 10 to the 5th means what? In kind of standard notation. Somebody who hasn't raised their hand. I've seen all the same people.
Because we're smart today.
I think I know who's feeling pretty good about scientific notation. If I were to write out 10 to the 5th, what would it look like? Sean? I would have to take 10 5 times. So 10 times 10 times 10. Which is going to equal something, but what's kind of a nice quick way that I'm going to be able to know what that equals? Aiden, what do you think?
Five zeros.
Yep, you got it. So you looked at his exponent, it was 5. There's going to be 5 zeros behind it.
That's a million.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. 10 to the 6th. If I had to write it out super long, what would it look like, Tegan?
10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10.
4, 5. Okay, and if you wanted to know what that came out to be in the end, and you didn't want to sit there and multiply each chunk together, Peyton, what would it be? Add 6 zeros, because it had the exponent of 6.
Oh, yeah,
There you go. Okay. We don't have a ton of time, but I would like you to get started on the little practice of your own. Okay? So you are on the G skills, and it is page 12, just like what we were working on. Oh yes, I'm sorry if your iPad didn't get returned after, or it's back on my kitchen table. Yes, good question. Put those worksheets either in your mailbox or somewhere where you are going to take them home.